Ta-da? Yeah. Yeah. Ta-da! Greetings, programs. Welcome to the Rune space. Ah. If I sound extra poopy today, it's because spring is in full swing, and I am not doing well. Oh, God. I miss fall. I miss winter. And I mean, sure, winter sucks because of the wind and all the snow and the power outages and it's cold. But hey, no allergies. At least I don't get any allergies. Like, I feel the most sick when, like, in spring and summer. I feel great winter and fall. So this coming of spring, this hearkening of new life, ugh, is bringing on the death of me. I should have just stayed a vampire. What the hell was I thinking? Technically, it wasn't a vampire. It was a ghoul. What the hell was I thinking? Authenticity, that's what I was thinking. So what we're gonna do this time, I think the last stream I did, that strat was clutch. I'm just gonna do the flats first. And then, if I'm, come back and do the background art. Because the background art takes so damn long. And the point of these live streams is to get shit done. I know some of y'all might enjoy the more illustrative aspect of the stream. Shout out if you do. But my self-worth is purely motivated by how much I accomplish. So, yeah. Oh, I forgot about, yeah. He is. I hope you can still see, a little girly against Snowblaze since they're both white. But if not, they're on different layers, so the shading should help with that. Also, what's new? I'm super tired. What's new? That's par for the course. But it's so weird because I got hit with the oddest dual, it's not the oddest I've ever had, a dual hyperfixation that is slowly becoming I don't want to say a three-way, but like at the same time, my family was watching Star Trek, And by we were watching the original movies. And by doing that, I started thinking about Next Generation, because I watched more of Next Generation than I did the original show. That's just how the cable was. We didn't have cable, we had DirecTV. Anyway. So I started thinking about Next Generation, and then I started thinking about my favorite Romulan commander that was only in 3 episodes, which makes me cry. Like I mentioned last time, Commander Tomalak, who is played by... Who's he played by? Oh god, it's right there. Alright, hold up. Stand by, we're gonna Google who is... Babylon 5 Jakar. Played by Andreas Katsoulis? Is that how you say his last name? I know that's probably Andreas Katsoulis. Anyway, he played both Tomalak and Ambassador Jakar in Babylon 5, so I started thinking about Star Trek and Babylon 5 at the same time, which, you know, isn't too out of the ordinary. They did share a lot of actors. And by a lot, I mean literally only 3. Then I was mentioning the third. There was a third. Yes, I had a fuck-ass nightmare dream the other night, not last night. Last night was actually kind of good. I did sleep. But the previous night, I had a dumbass dream about The Thing. You know, the Thing from outer space. The 1982 horror film, cosmic horror film about the alien that mimics people and can take over their bodies with even just a single cell left alive. And it's like, what the fuck? So yeah, in any of my DMs for my friends, when I say I've been in a weird headspace lately, it's not anything bad, it's just I've been having 3 things running through my head at the same time while trying to figure out what the hell to do for videos. Welcome to the world of ADHD. It's awful. Okay, it's only bad when you're trying to be productive. Then it's awful. Other than that, I'm having a great time. I'm gonna put these 2 on the same layer. Because I can. But there's one thing I know. A man is a two-face. I wear something that leave you to sing the blues in the night. But there's one thing I know. No worrisome thing, I'll leave you to sing the blues in the night. Oh, I forgot his nose. I forgot he had black nose. Oh. It also doesn't help that today, for some reason, I completely blanked on taking my Allertech first thing in the morning. I don't know what happened. I completely forgot to do that. I still took it, but it was like an hour later than I usually do. And I had already gone outside to do my morning chores. So I got exposed. It's not fun. Alright, for the boy. This boy. Yeah. Yeah, what? No. This. This is what happens when you don't do a full turnaround. You have no idea what they look like from the back. And then Woody. And then tail. Oh guys, remind me. Next time Friendy streams, someone gifted me a month membership to her channel. So next time she streams, I gotta say thank you to whoever that was. And that happens to me. This is the third time it's... Yeah, this is the third time it's happened to me. I get gift... I'm in a live stream, and I'm just hanging out, and I'm like, alright guys, good night. And then I leave, or I, like, am offline. 4 times this has happened. 4 times this has happened. So glad I don't have a webcam, so you guys didn't see that. 4 times this has happened, where I'm on a live... I'm watching someone live stream. I'm like, alright, I'll just leave for a bit, or good night, guys. And then next morning, I get a notification that I was gifted a sub, or that I was gifted a membership. It was... Why can't y'all do that when I'm online so I can thank you, assholes? But no, never happens that way. So next time, already-ish or Friendy is live, I gotta remember to thank him, Squeaky ass chair, for that gifted sub. I got gifted a Twitch sub for a live streamer that I only watched one stream of theirs, and they haven't been live since, and I just got randomly gifted a sub in that chat. It's like, okay, what? Who's gifting subs in dead chats? No, I get it. My Twitch is dead as well. It's because I would love to dual stream more. My poor computer can't take it though. My poor PC. He's given all he's got as is. He does. I didn't realize this, but he doesn't even meet the minimum graphics card requirements for Prism Live, and so I'm already running this guy ragged. So, and every time I've dual streamed in the past, my computer just crashes near the end or in the middle of stream, which always pisses me off. But it's like, you know what? I'll just not. And then I completely forgot I had a Twitch. Well, okay, I didn't forget I had a Twitch. I use it, but I don't stream anymore. Mostly because there's literally no one watching new streamers on Twitch. And B, it's just, I have a community on YouTube. Y'all are some pretty cool kids. I should say cats. Some pretty cool cats. It's so funny. My channel vibe is revamped 80s synthwave, but my lingo is is like from the 1940s or 50s. Actually, my lingo's from the 50s, and I don't know why. Like, I mean, sure, I read The Outsiders in high school, but who didn't? And besides, I don't even say things like groovy or neato all that much. Okay, so he's... No, he's not done. Mouth. And then he's out of stripes. I'll do that on the same layer. Yeah. So yesterday, guys, I guess I was really bored yesterday while I was trying to work, which was not the greatest combo to have. Because I was listening to a bunch of old pop songs that I remember listening to back in high school. And I'm just, why did they let us play this in gym class? It's like, I remember doing... you know, PE, whatever you do in PE, and hearing the song, "Where them girls at, girls at?" It's like, that's not the, well, okay, it's not the worst song. But it's like, why are they letting us listen to and play Talk Dirty to Me in the gym? I mean, he literally says in the song, our conversations aren't long, but you know what is. First class seat on my lap, girl, riding comfortable. I got lipstick stamps on my passport. They made it hard to live. Been around the world, don't speak the language, but your booty don't need explaining. All I really need to understand is when you talk dirty to me. Talk dirty to me. God, that saxophone solo was something else. Oh, Waffles. Hello, Waffles. Guess what? What? You won the lottery. Yeah, guess what? You won the lottery and now you're on the run from the IRS because you refused to pay taxes. I guess it wouldn't be called the IRS because you're not in America. What do you guys call your version of the IRS? Yeah, say what it is that you your news, and then tell me what do you all call your version of the IRS, or do you even have an Internal Revenue Department? That's IRD, Internal Revenue. Is it system? I know it's Internal Revenue. It's probably system. Hang on, let me look this up. I need to. IRS. Stimulus check. Stand for service. Internal Revenue Service. Service this dick, man. You fuckers. You're in England, in the region of Cambria, on vacation. Cutest little lovely village. Well, I hope you enjoy yourself. Enjoy them putting beans on toast for breakfast. Ugh. I just noticed there's this huge stain on my desk here. I gotta scrape that off. What is that? How long has that been there? Anyway. I hope you enjoy your vacation. Been around the world, don't speak the language, but your booty don't need explaining. All I really need to understand is when you talk dirty to me. Talk dirty to me. You know the words of my song. No habla English. Our conversations ain't long, but you know what is. It's such a terrible song. I didn't even listen to that one last night. A lot of Pitbull. I had egg on toast with baked beans on the side. Guess it kind of counts. Yeah, that kind of counts. Now that doesn't sound half bad if they actually put seasoning in their damn food. But I can talk shit about the British. Okay, my family is mostly British, based on our last name. Don't say it to anybody in the chat. We're very British. But we also got a lot of French and German and Irish, so how the balls? Oh. Suck ball. Why are tabbies so hard to draw from the back? And oops, we got 3. Okay. Uno, dos, tres. There we go. There's the babies. And then we merge these layers down. And then we add a clipping mask. And then we bring up his ref sheet. And then we do the whole thing all over again. Shoop. I just want reignited the thing obsession is because the other day I listened to a creepypasta called "The Ocean is Much Deeper Than We Thought." I absolutely love that story. It is absolutely disgusting. Like, especially Dark Somnium's narration of it, because the way he does sound design in his videos is, oh, it's god tier. It's so good. But here's the thing. I didn't realize this. I have a sensitivity to body horror. I didn't realize I had this. But every time in that story, because in the story, the ocean's much deeper than we thought, it's basically, there's this ocean exploration that's exploring, like, the bottom of the ocean. And they run into these worm things that are killing all the fish. And that they're flesh-eating, unkillable, immortal worms. And I'm just, oh my god, that was so disgusting. Because not only do I get to hear about him saying that this woman is literally getting eaten alive by these worms while barfing up pieces of her own, like coughing up pieces of her own lungs. That's disgusting. But also in the background, because of the sound design, I'm hearing of all the worms, and it's just, I'm twitching out, just, but it's good. It's such a good horror story, and I love it. Which is probably why The Thing also freaked me out, because it's a lot of body horror. It's not just suspense and isolation. I can handle suspense and isolation in horror films, but body horror? Oh my, something about it. Ugh. I can't do it, man. Which is probably also why Annihilation freaked me out. That's the one with Natalie Portman. That one didn't scare me, it just freaked me out. And the thing was just, ugh. Ugh. Yeah, I'm sorry you guys had to hear that, but I had to suffer through it. Now you guys do too. It's called The Ocean is Much Deeper Than We Thought. Dark Somnium did a narration of that creepypasta. It's really good. I wish they'd make a movie of it. I wouldn't watch it, but I wish they'd make a movie, because that would make a really cool horror film. A lot of people might get pissed at the ending, though, but, tough luck. So, like, I listened to that, and that night I had a dream about, The Thing, and that I was infected by The Thing, but I still had my consciousness, and I was worried that every decision I was ever making was just what The Thing wanted me to do. But also I was trying to fight its control the whole time while it was rewriting my DNA. It was like, oh god, it was one hell of a nightmare. And I do say nightmare, not because it scared me, but nightmare because I woke up and my first immediate thought was, well, now my day is ruined. Fuck you. For me, that constitutes as a nightmare. If you have the dream and then you wake up and go, well, now I can't function normally because I'm just going to be thinking about that all day and how it freaked me and how it just weirded me out. Is no es bueno. Okay, this goes here. It's so funny. I can't do body horror. I just can't do body horror. But I have this horror novel that I want to write, the story, and it's solely based on body horror, and I'm just, oh god, I'm gonna suffer. Because not only can I not stand to watch it, I can't even, I don't think I could stand to write it. I don't think I could stand to write it. It's just, oh, this is gonna be hell. But, hopefully, it'll turn out good. Had the most flavorless pasta, the driest scones. My mom had the worst coffee she's ever had. That's a cute bistro with pretty good paninis with crepes served on a side. Just why? Everything about Britain is just why. There's a reason why the American colonists left. And there's a reason why a lot of them were also Jews, because what the hell kind of cooking is that? The running gag is, how the hell could Britain colonize half the world and still not figure out seasoning? They colonized fucking India. India! How have you not figured out seasoning in your food? Like, come on. There's more to life than salt and pepper. There's also garlic, and basil, and turmeric, and chili powder. Chili powder's not spicy. You cowards. Yeah. On the food and prepare to suffer. But I hear their public transportation is actually pretty good. I don't know. I've never been to England, nor do I want to go to England. There's nothing in England that I want to see that I can't just go to the original country and experience it actually experience it firsthand. All I really wanna understand is when you talk dirty to me. Talk dirty to me. Yep. So, okay, for these two frames, since her sizing is all different, rather than just futzing around with it, what I'm gonna do is just do it twice. It's really no big deal. Hello, doggo. Welcome to the Strom. Just had a mild freak out over body horror. I wouldn't call it a freak out, really. I just twitched a lot. It wasn't that bad. Although that movie, my goodness. Like, I expected to have nightmares for weeks, like in The Ritual. That actually freaked me out. This one, the jump scares definitely got me. I definitely yelled during a few of the jump scares. It's just, Jesus Christ! But other than that, it was like, oh god. I was almost barfing the whole time. I know there's a 2011 prequel. What movie? The Thing from 1982. That one, it's an older one. It's technically a remake, but I heard it was good. And I knew I wanted to watch it because I do like suspenseful horror films. But that one, that scene with the dog. Oh my, that I'm still recovering from that. I had to watch it twice. Ooh. I'm still recovering from that mentally. It was nasty. But I had to appreciate the puppetry and the makeup and all of that. I appreciate the film aspect of the movie. The production is really amazing, which is like what kept me watching it, because the production value was so cool. And then you find out that movie bombed at the box office because no one watched it. It's like, okay, but I get it, but why? I might have been pissed off at the ending, but, I mean, tough. Did you honestly think any of them were getting out alive? Spoilers for a movie that's been out for 40 years. Not really a fan of horror, but when they're good, they're good. Yeah. Like, modern horror is pretty meh. Like, there's very few modern horror films that I genuinely think did their job in scaring me and telling a good story. Like, the only one I can actually think of is The Invisible Man by Blumhouse. Now, I know Blumhouse it's mostly the Blunderhouse, but Blumhouse with The Invisible Man, they slapped on that one. That was the best modern horror film I've ever seen. What's the movie at it? That's out already? Is the Until Dawn movie out? April? Yeah! Oh my god, that's out already. Wow! I was one of the only fucking people vouching for that movie. One of the only people vouching for that movie. Because everyone else was saying, oh, it's nothing like the video game. Oh, it's Until Dawn in name only. I'm like, yeah. Which is like, oh, I thought they were gonna turn the game into a movie. It was like, the game was already a movie. The game was already a movie. If you want to watch Until Dawn the movie, just watch the gameplay. It's 10 hours. It was very good, recommend. Okay, I wanted to watch it anyway, but I don't have the funds for, I don't have theater funds right now. But yeah, that is definitely on my watch list. So thank you for saying that it's good. I was afraid it was gonna be bad. Even if it was bad, it's like, you know what, it's at least going to be entertaining, because I like the Until Dawn premise. And I like that premise, that they're just gonna keep resetting until they figure it out. I also want to watch Final Destination. I haven't seen any of the originals, but I saw the trailer for this new one coming out, and it looked amazing. It's like, oh, I love a movie that keeps me on my toes. So many jump scares, by the way, but fits the Until Dawn. You know, I was expecting jump scares, and normally I don't like jump scares because the tenseness of it. But if they're like good jump scares, I know it's really hard to pull off a good jump scare. But the thing, jump scares activate my flight or fight response. And my first instinct usually is fight. Like, there's an old live stream on this channel of me playing Five Nights at Freddy's Ultimate Custom Night, and all of my reactions to getting jump scared were, ah, fuck you! Because I'm also such a coward. I'm such a wuss when it comes to horror. Because I'm sensitive. But if it's a good story, I'll muscle through it. Like, one... Actually, is this... Yeah, it's technically modern. Another good modern horror film that disturbed me more than scared me, and it also made me really upset, but in a good way. Like, I enjoyed the film. I'm probably not gonna watch it again anytime soon, and that was Dr. Sleep, the film adaptation of the Stephen King novel. Now, I did like The Shining. I loved The Shining movie. The book, not so much. But the movie for The Shining was really good. But then they made Dr. Sleep, which is the sequel, direct sequel to The Shining. It was just... Oh... It upset me because of the subject matter. I mean, spoiler alert, the main baddies are kidnapping and torturing children, which is terrible. And now they're after this one kid, and then the main character, Danny, has to protect her. It upset me in that way, but I enjoyed the film. I enjoyed that movie. It definitely did its job of putting me on edge. Can't do horror, anything can scare me, I'm not good. Here's the thing, I prefer action horror, like Aliens. The second Aliens film with James Cameron. That one I like because there was only like 2 scenes that are genuinely terrifying if you haven't seen the movie before. But then upon rewatch, it's like, ooh, it's coming! Ah, there's the alien! Woo! Action! Space Marines! Badassery! We're on the express elevator to hell! Going down! I mean, come on. What's not to love about the Aliens movie? Now, the franchise as a whole, kind of, nah. But the second Aliens, especially the director's cut, mwah, my favorite movie of all time. Right next to Dread. Now, Dread also is not a horror film. It's just rated R because of graphic imagery and violence. But I mean, come on. It's based on Judge Dredd. Of course it's violent. I watched the Halloween movies like last year. My friend really likes horror and often makes me watch them. Now, the Halloween movies, that's not horror. If you ask me, slasher films are not horror. It's just... You're just waiting for all the main characters to die until there's only one person left, and then you're like, yay! Get him! That being said, I love Friday the 13th. Just because I love the whole premise... an idea of Jason Voorhees. Like, I love Jason Voorhees. He's my favorite. He's my favorite of the slashers. I watched the first Halloween. It was like, okay, I can see why this sparked a phenomenon of horror films, but really? Every movie is like that? And they're still going? Nah. Unacceptable. You know what else is unacceptable? The fact that they only made 12 Friday the 13th movies. What are you doing, Paramount? Come on, man. It's Friday the 13th. Give us a 13-13. Please. I don't care if it's bad. I just need 13-13. I had the perfect idea for Friday the 13th. For the 13th Friday the 13th. I had the perfect idea. We finally get Jason on ice. Let's do it. Okay, so my pitch for the 13th Friday the 13th. I've probably said this on stream before, but I don't care. I'm really passionate about it. Okay, my pitch for for 1313, that's just what I'm calling it, is because Camp Crystal Lake has caused so much bloodshed over the years, what the city has planned to do now is they're just gonna bulldoze over the... Fuck me, that was the wrong button. They're just gonna bulldoze over Camp Crystal Lake and build, like, developments on top of it or something. So they bulldoze it over. Jason's spirit is still down there in the lake, being being drained and bulldozed on top of. And they put up some sort of resort. I don't know what the whole resort is, but I do know it's got a skating rink. But aside from draining the entire lake because it is a natural reservoir, what they do is just siphon the water and filter it and then use it directly in the resort. So Jason, now that his body's been definitely decomposed, his spirit lingers in the water that they're now pumping into the resort. So that would give us a very cool opportunity for Jason to do some cool, like, water tricks with his killings. Like, I had this one scene where this girl's taking a shower and she's singing, and of course we get some eye candy because she's like the hot girl or something. And we think, oh no, she's taking a shower, he's in the water, ah! But she comes out with a towel wrapped around her. Mirror's foggy. And we see the water droplets shimmer a little bit. And then she looks up and sees someone behind her. And she rolls around. Ah! Who's in here? No one's there. Oh, no one's there. And then we see Jason's hand reach out from the mirror through the water droplets, grab her hair, and then smash her head onto the sink. That would be the fucking coolest thing ever. And then he kills a bunch of people. Yeah, big showdown. Final girl, she's a hockey player. So the final showdown between Final Girl and Jason Voorhees is they're finally on ice and they're having a whole hockey game. 1-on-1. And I don't know how, but eventually she defeats him, like, scoring. Like, putting the hockey puck right through his head. Scoring the winning for the team. Everyone's dead anyway. And then he, like, gets pulled under the ice rink or something. So now he's, like, under the ice rink. And he's dead. Air quotes. So she's like, I finally have the confidence in myself to pursue my dream as a hockey player. I'm gonna go for tryouts. And then as soon as, like, she leaves or something, or she's on, like, a different ice rink, I don't know, but we see the ice shavings on the rink shimmer or skitter around, and then cut to credits. 1313. Woo! That's the only idea I have for the final 13th movie. I don't care. I just need it to be fun. There we go. That's my idea for the 1313. Jason's William Afton. I always come back. I mean, basically. Same with Michael, if you think about it. That's the thing with slasher films. They always come back. So it's like, no matter what you do, they're not gonna they're not gonna die. So I guess I can see why people hate slasher films, because you just can't kill them. But that's why I liked the second Friday the 13th. The second Friday the 13th is my favorite because he was just a regular guy. Like, he was still huge and strong and terrifying, but he was just a regular man. Like, when the Final Girl came at him with a chainsaw, he freaked out because that could actually hurt him. There was one where she's under the bed hiding, and she thinks he leaves and she comes out, and he's standing on a chair with an axe, but he's too damn heavy standing on the wicker chair, so it breaks under his weight and he just falls down on top of her. And it's really funny Because he's just, like, he's just a guy. So that's why I like... Oh, my cat wants in. That's why I liked the second Friday the 13th. Everything else is kind of... repetitive. Kind of annoying. Come on. Come on. The one thing I hate the most about Friday the 13th is that they seem hellbent on making all of the other characters just irredeemable assholes. Like, completely unlikable. Especially in the fifth one. I've got words for, what was it called? What was the fifth one called? Hang on, let me look at... I got the... Oh, no. I got the Friday the 13th 8-movie pack. What was the fifth one called? A New Beginning. Friday the 13th 5, A New Beginning sucks ass. I fucking hate it. I barely stomached watching that stupid ass movie. I wasn't even having fun. The kill order made no fucking sense. And the kills that fake Jason, Faken, they weren't even clever. Like, they weren't even fun or creative or like, or even plausible. I like Friday the 13th because some of the deaths were like, oh my god. That was wow. But also then there are some scenes where, like, in the first one, when Kevin Bacon's character is killed because he gets, like, an arrow through the neck under the bed. And I'm like, does that mean Pamela was under the bed the whole time? Was she under the bed that whole time? Or did she just, like, sneak in because she's sneaky? Like, what happened? How'd she get in there? But at the same time, I don't care because it's funny. If it's funny, I don't care. I see the Friday... I don't take slasher films seriously, so I can laugh at them. I have too much empathy for Jason and Michael. Yeah, I might be a little bit of a Jason girly. Let's not get it twisted. May or may not be a little bit of Jason there. He's just a poor guy. Michael, I have no sympathy for. He killed a dog. First movie, he strangled a German Shepherd. That's a no bueno. Now, it was confirmed in the second one that Jason did not kill that dog. In fact, that wasn't even a dead dog. That was a fake out. Because, Muffin, that was the dog's name, showed up at the end. Completely fine. She just went on a stroll. Now, she did walk, and she walked right up to Jason. And it did, you know, like, the person stalking them when they found the dog was actually the cop, not Jason, so... Okay, that's that. There's the star, nose, tooth, markings, ears. That, pause. Yep, okay. I'm gonna do Snowblaze first, since she's the more simple of the two. Have you seen that one comedy horror film with the, plush thing that's the killer? Oh, Chucky? Plush thing. Do you mean Chucky or, like, Annabelle? Because I haven't seen either of them. Annabelle and Chucky, so fucking stupid. I don't care what anybody says. The whole premise of Chucky is dumb. Just kick him. Literally, just throw him in the furnace. Just kick him. Oh, Benny? Benjamin, the child? Is that what it's called? Well, no, I haven't seen that one either. But still, anyway, anything to do with haunted dolls. Like, eat my shorts. Just kick it. The only time, like, they weren't even haunted. Small Soldiers was good because they were military toys given, military, chips and whatnot that enhanced their intelligence and creativity. And they were just following their programming. So that's why they were actually a threat. But the toys themselves weren't scary. It was actually kind of funny. It was a family comedy. And I love Small Soldiers. That movie is so cute. With the Gorgons. I mean, come on. I know, come on. We also got Tommy Lee Jones to voice the head commando. Just a brilliant cast. This thing was called Benny. It's an extreme comedy. No, I haven't heard of it then. Small Soldiers was really... Small Soldiers was a family-friendly... It was definitely a 90s kids movie. That's nothing, that's not a diss or anything. I think children's media can still be very clever and entertaining. I mean, just look at My Little Pony. Can still be clever and entertaining. But there's definitely, like, the parents are idiots. The adults are stupid. The government guys got greedy. No one's paying attention to the kid because he's got a reputation of constantly screwing up. You know, Marty McFly type thing. What's her ear things? Okay, so it's that. Ah, that's wrong. Current fixation is Cookie Run. Please help me. Alright, here's how to get out of your Cookie Run fixation. Play Plants vs. Zombies. It's a better game. I've never played Cookie Run, so I don't know. I hear a lot of people are obsessed with it, mostly because of the designs of the cookie characters, but, I prefer Plants vs. Zombies. We play that game too. Help. Hey man, if I knew how to get out of fixation, trust me, I would do it. But man, I'm in the middle of a Babylon 5 / Star Trek obsession, and it is suffering. It is pain. Not because I love Babylon 5, and I like Star Trek. I like Babylon 5 more. But I can't watch any of them. Not only because we don't have the next generation. My favorite character is only in 3 fucking episodes. But I do have the entirety of Babylon 5, but it's on DVD, and my computer doesn't play DVDs, so I can't watch it while I work. Now, I could just, sail the 7 seas to find my treasure and watch it, with the crew, if you know what I'm saying. But I don't have virus protection on this computer, and I don't want to risk anything. Practice safe browsing, kids. Okay, wait, nose. She's done. And then she's done. You have a little baby nose. And now we do Ivy Whisper. Had a Breaking Bad hyperfixation. Couldn't watch anything though. Because they were underage. I heard Breaking Bad was really good. I don't see the appeal. I mean, I don't know what it... I mean, I know the basis of what it's about. A chemistry teacher starts making meth. That's it. And I'm just, okay, so why is everyone obsessed with it? I don't know. Yeah, I know the references. A lot of the gamer streamers that I watch are huge Breaking Bad fans. So I know the references. Same thing with SpongeBob. Like, I've never watched SpongeBob. I mean, the only time I watched any episode of SpongeBob was when we were at the dentist office and they had it playing on the TV. But I know the references from the memes. And they were pretty funny. That old guy, from what I've seen, is kind of a dick for real. Oh yeah, definitely a man-child. But that is a character that, you know, he's got this arrogance about him that would piss me off. Now, some people like having a main character that is heavily flawed, because then they get to watch them, you know, have those flaws and maybe overcome them, but then also not overcome them, and it relapses and it adds nuance and intricacies to their character. Yeah, but I grew up on Magic School Bus, VeggieTales, and My Little Pony, okay? The point of having character flaws is that you learn to overcome them, and that you learn to accept people in spite of them, but you help them become better. You know? And I mean, sure, it's good to watch shows that don't have that, because then it's like it's more mindless entertainment that you don't have to actually think about. But I'm an INFJ. If there's no higher calling, no purpose, no justice, no cause to be served, I am gonna get bored. Definitely gonna get bored. Been looking for this close. Seeing my videos. I've been looking for weeks. It's so hard to find a black CRT television with an inbuilt VCR. I don't know if it's CRT, but we do have an old box television with a built-in VCR. We do have one. I'm not offering it to you, but I'm just saying, we do have one. In America, they're easy to find. You just go to any old thrift store. Not that it'd be functioning, but you can find one. there's that bit. Who can it be knocking at my door? You can usually find one of the Salvation Army. Oh, yeah. But Waffles has the particular, the specific predicament of being from the Netherlands. So I don't know how their, tech hoarding goes amongst the older people. My mama done told me when I was in pigtails. My mama done told me alone. A man's done a sweet talk, give you the big eye, but there is one thing I know. A man is a two-faced, a worrisome thing. I'll leave you to sing the blues in the night. I wish I knew the rest of the words by heart, because then I'd be singing that. I know, it's kind of hard to make a cat with snow in their name not be white. Yeah. I mean, I have this girlie, Snowblaze. She's white with orange tabby bits. Now, what you could do is give them the name, like, Snowfall, and then make them, like, gray with white flecks on them. Because then they're not mostly white, but they still have snow in their name. Or give them name, like, get creative with their word and give them, like, Snow Thaw or something like that, so that they're a brown tabby with white patches. So then it looks like, oh, there's, like, snow thawing. I don't know, it depends on what your, brand of warrior cat's naming conventions are. Mine are kind of weird. Whoa, what happened? Did y'all see that too? Everything blipped for just a second. We still here? Are we still live? Hello? Hello? Okay, it looks like we're still here. Okay, yes, we're still here. Okay. Phew. I hear the rain falling, hear the train calling, ooh-wee. Or something, I'll leave you to sing the blues in the night. Okay, I don't think I need that one, and we're going to... Now that the flats are done, we're going to move on to the next page. Text to spoilers. then I'm gonna save this and then close it, just so nothing crashes. I have a big guy named Snowstorm, and I have him brown because I have too many white snows. I tried to think of the warriors' naming conventions as, why would the mother look at this kit and think this word? Like, there's a black cat that was named Black Kit because of his paws, even though he was mostly white, and Black Star's the coolest guy ever. Was born in the snow or something, okay. I think that's why a lot of people really like warrior cats, is you get to be creative with the names. Because then they don't really have to make sense, as long as they sound cool. Like Hawk Frost. What kind of name what does that even mean? Meme? What does that even mean? But hey, that's a damn cool name. Hawk Frost. That's so cool. And it kind of makes sense because he's a brown tabby with white patches on him. Now the reason why this character is named Hawkstar, where she got the hawk name, is because I like hawks. That's purely it. And she's kind of a reddish brown, like a red tail hawk. And I like red tail hawks. So I just kept that name. Flaming Soul. Yeah, you get to be... You also get to be emo with their names. It appeals to our 2003 DeviantArt dog days. You remember those? Ah. Those were the days. Wolf's Rain was like the biggest anime ever out there because so many people were doing base edits of the wolves from Wolf's Rain, even though I'm pretty sure not a single person watched that anime. Like, was I the only one that actually watched Wolf's Rain? I forgot her tail is connected to her... Yeah. Okay, now how are we gonna color these guys? Okay, so we're gonna go... Splash. Then Ivy. Maybe Snow... Alone with Amino. We don't talk about Amino. We don't have to talk about Amino if you don't want to. Amino can't hurt you anymore. I actually didn't have any bad experiences with Amino. I guess I dodged a few bullets with that one. I had plenty of fun on it. There was like a whole bit there where I thought I was gonna be like where like Amino was gonna be the next big thing. It was like, oh wow, this is just like Google Plus, yay! An app where I can engage in all my fandoms and like-minded people in one place. Ah! But then it actually ended up being just like the next Google Plus and then died. Like, I think Amino is still active, but I don't know of a single person that actually still uses it unironically. Unless you're like 12, but then, you know, you got a different mental disorder if you're 12. All jokes, all in good humor, guys. Alright, chill. God, I miss Google Plus so much. Not as much as I miss Hastings. God, I miss Hastings so much. I'm gonna put her up there, and then put these guys down here. I'm just gonna put these three on the same layer, and those three on the same layer. Because I can. The rains are falling, hear the train a-coming. The blues in the night. It's not unusual. It's my favorite part of the art process. Ah! My mouse wouldn't move. I'm not sure exactly sure. I think my favorite part of the art process is the backgrounds. I think I'm just gonna do the flats for these two, and then go back and do the backgrounds. The flats are definitely, tedious, but they're kind of relaxing in a way because they're a little bit mindless. Only a little bit, though. There's so many times where I've had to go back and triple check everyone's designs because it was just, ah! I forgot their main color scheme! But that's mostly because I doth be a dunderhead. You can't see shit, Captain. There we go. Shaky hands and a weird need for smooth lines. I used to be really shaky with my line art too. I would be so dependent on the line correction. But after a while, you just learn to move with your line art. If that makes sense. Right. What I'm doing now is I'm not just moving my wrist, I'm moving my whole arm with the mouse. Or with my, I'm not using a mouse, wow. With my pen. I use an XP Pen graphics tablet. And the thing with doing the line art, I don't show it on stream because it's such a pain in the ass. But if you need like a good curve, one thing you can do is just overlay your lines and then just erase. There you go. Well, that looks kind of sus, but you know what I mean. Use 2 lines to draw 1 line. Or hell, even 3 if you must. Whatever. Whatever you need to do to get the job done. I'm trying to burp and it's just stuck right there in my chest. I haven't even busted into my monster yet. I'm still just drinking the coffee. How long have you been drawing for? Since I was 2 years old, so 26 years. How long have I been drawing digitally? That is an excellent question. I've been drawing digitally. Man, what was my first tablet? You know, my digital drawing endeavors actually started with MS Paint. And what I would do is I would sketch my drawing on paper, tape the paper to the computer screen, turn up the brightness all the way, and then trace my sketch with the mouse under the paper, and then keep flipping back and forth like an old Disney animator. That's how I used to draw digitally before I found out about pen tablets and finally saved up for my first Huion. It only had 3 buttons on it. I know, I could, like, now, I could never do that. I could never draw with the mouse. I used to draw with the mouse. That's how dedicated I was to drawing. I used to do it with a mouse. Hell no. Now I use a pen tablet. In XP, what is this? What are you? Well, it's an XP something, graphic pen tablet. It's got 8 buttons on it. All of which are programmed. Like, you don't need an expensive Huion. Not a Huion. Huion's actually pretty cheap. You don't need an expensive Cintiq to draw digitally. And XP gets the job done. Ow. I used to have a screen tablet with a Huion, but then I got a new computer, and the HDMI didn't hook up correctly, and then it started getting dead spots on the screen, which is you know what? You don't have to worry about this with a regular graphics tablet. I've had this XP pen for like, I don't even remember, like 4 years now? And I haven't had a single problem with it. I'm pretty sure all the problems I've had with it is, on Medibang's end. Because Medibang is technically an app, but I'm using it as a browser. But the app is completely different. I don't know what Medibang Paint Pro is supposed to be, but it's free. It's naturally in dark mode. Hello? You didn't go away. That's an unknown number. I don't pick up for any unknown numbers. Oh, crap! Did she come by? No, it's 12:52. Ew. I didn't get any new messages. Maybe something came up. Excuse me, sorry. I was expecting someone today around 11:30 and I don't think she came by. And if she did, I probably missed her. I was 11:30? No, I was eating breakfast. I would have seen her. Anyway. I didn't get a text or phone call. And that wasn't her. That call was from Michigan. Who's Discording me right now? Soda fountain. Okay. What am I doing? Oh yeah, Hotstar. Use a tablet that came with the pen. I also have a Samsung. But I don't know. Something about using the Samsung just doesn't, like, it changes my drawing style. How stupid do they think I am? I just listened to the voicemail that I got. I don't have a Walmart account. So how stupid do they think I am? I will check that out later, though, because now you... God damn it, now you're playing on my anxiety. But I don't have a Walmart account, so I don't have to worry about it. Even if that fucker did use my Walmart account to buy a PlayStation 5, enjoy it. Because it'll be coming to my house anyway, bitch. Anyway. God, I hate scam calls, because a small part of me is like, but what if? But I don't have that account. Fuck you. Besides, it was like a 238 number? That's not even Walmart's number. Why would they be calling me from Michigan? Anyway. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. I'd say telemarketers and those scam callers need to get more creative, but at the same time, I'm so glad they're just as dumb as what they think we are. Because what is that bullshit? Thank you, doggo. I take a lot of pride in how I color the eyes. They are the windows to the soul, and therefore must be the most detailed part of the character. Or at the very least, they must be the most touching. Because I have some characters that are like, oh my god, what was I thinking on all this damn detail? But then their eyes are still pretty grabbing. Ugh, excuse me. Hello, James. We got a doggo and a cat boy in chat now. No fighting. Only got a couple minutes left in break. That's okay. Thank you for joining the stream on your break. Okay. Lock it in. Lock it in. We are powered by coffee on this channel. Doggo, if you're gonna bark in the house, go outside. That's what I tell my dogs all the time. If you're gonna be barking, go outside. That is not the right... There it is. But that is one thing I know. Man is a two-face, a worrisome thing that leave you to sing the blues in the night. You don't want to go. Well then, behave. I understand not wanting to go outside. That's where all the bugs are. I don't mean to be girly about bugs, but good God, stay off of me. And stay out of my face, man. I have barely enough trouble. I have barely enough capabilities to staying focused on the task at hand. I don't need a bug buzzing in my face constantly just because it's attracted to the CO2 I'm breathing out while I'm trying to do an important task with a sharp shovel. I don't like bugs. Hello, Code! I saw you subscribe to me on the Twitch. Sorry, I don't use that website anymore. We are working on a Warrior Cats fan comic that I've been working on for the past... Oh shit, 4 years now? It's gonna be 4 years this July. We're coming up on our 4-year anniversary. But in the meantime, we're talking about all sorts of things. Yeah, respect the spiders as long as they stay on the ceiling. It's frickin' exactly. I don't hate spiders. I just don't want them anywhere near my person or my things. If they're in the shower, if they're in the bathroom, they gotta go. I'm sorry. But if they're anywhere else in the house, stay in the windows. Eat the bugs that come in, alright? Stay over there. Just stay in your web. But if they're in the shower, it's on site. I will not be having any peeping Toms while I'm taking a shower. But I also do suffer, and I do mean suffer, from arachnophobia. Which is funny because as a kid, my favorite superhero was Spider-Man. Despite having raging arachnophobia. What gets me thinking, what if Peter Parker had arachnophobia? Like, really bad arachnophobia? Can you imagine? What kind of BS he'd have to go through? It's like, great. He's got money troubles. He can't get the girl. He can hardly afford school. The bank is gonna foreclose on his apartment and his aunt. And he's got superpowers based on the one animal he's the most afraid of. Fan-fucking-tastic. God, that'd be so funny. But he suffers enough as is. I don't think he needs arachnophobia on top of it. Oops. Scream every time he tried to stick to walls. Or if he had more spider-like features. Like if he, like, grew extra eyes. Or an exoskeleton. Ugh. At least he's not like Ant-Man, you know, where he has like a telepathic connection. Not really telepathic connection, because it's the helmet thing. But, you know, like, Ant-Man can actually control ants. Can you imagine if Spider-Man could do that? Like, if he had a telepathic connection to all the spiders in New York City? That would make him even more terrifying. But nah, he's just got spider-esque abilities. I'm so glad Stanley didn't go with the bug control route, because that would have been horrible. Then his company would have really gone under. Remember that character we both really loved? Okay, on that shoulder, it's also white. That was my wrist cracking. Ow. I can't wait to look forward to having arthritis when I'm older. At least if I keep doing my stretches, I probably won't risk getting carpal tunnel. Because, oh my god. That is one thing that is one artist disease that I definitely do not want. You can take my arm, take my leg, take my hearing. No, don't take my hearing. Take my ability to walk. Take my sanity. Hell, take my mental faculties. Take all of that. Just please don't take my ability to draw. Or listen to music. God, I would rather go, blind or deaf? Which one would you rather go? At at least if I went blind, I could still listen to music. Sure, being an artist would be a lot harder. But at least I could make something work. If I was deaf, I could still draw, but I couldn't listen to music. And as an auditory person, I don't know. I'd rather go neither. I'd rather neither happen to me. But honestly, if there was one disability, like, life-changing disability, that were to befall upon me, that wouldn't really piss me off too much, it would be, like, losing my legs, or being wheelchair-bound. Yes, that would change my life forever, and it would be a long time to adjust to it. My life would really be changed forever. I wouldn't have to... but then I wouldn't have to drive! Yeah.
I know you probably don't want it because you're on stream, but I can't finish my ramen, so...
I'm not hungry.
Okay. Because I just didn't want it to, like, sit somewhere and get cold, but I can keep it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say, you're on stream, so you probably don't want it anyway.
I mean, I could eat... I've eaten ramen on stream before. I just don't... I'm just not hungry.
Yeah. Alright.
We make bubble tea, though.
Give me a minute.
Like, are you sick?
I'm getting sick, yeah.
Take medicine and go to bed.
I can't.
Why?
I'm tired.
So? Take medicine!
Lay down and get on my phone.
You just pretend to sleep and you'll fall. Well, just take some Dayquil, and then don't sneeze on. Just take some Dayquil and blow your nose.
Well, I made myself bone broth.
Ooh, bone broth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not hungry.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is that first way. Do you want to eat it now?
I had a protein shake and a bagel for breakfast, so I'm full. No, you didn't. You just slept in. Anyway, that was my sister asking if I wanted, her leftover ramen. Oh, okay. I'd rather go neither, too. I'm a theater kid at heart. I feel like because I'm more of a storyteller and I can imagine things, I think I could handle going blind a little bit better than going deaf. But, you know, humans are adaptable creatures, so either way, I'd make it work. I'd still make my life work for me, despite my disability. It would just be a little bit harder. And if you're deaf, you can still talk. Like, but if you were born deaf, it's a little bit more difficult because you don't know how the vowels are supposed to feel in your mouth. But if I, like, went deaf, like, I'm already on the way to going deaf because fuck me. I wasn't supposed to draw that yet. I'm on the way to going deaf because of the way I listen to music. So yeah, I'm going to go deaf. Eventually. I can feel it. I can already feel my ears and my hearing going out. So I'm more likely to go deaf than blind. But still, I'd rather neither happen. Especially since I'm a very auditory person. Quick question, is the reason for why your comic isn't done because you've dealt with multiple burnouts while making it? No, I've just taken hiatuses. And it's okay. A, it takes a long time to make comics. B, it's more of a web series, so it's a long story. And C, it's just me. And, you know, sometimes I take breaks to work on other projects. Because I have multiple going on in my head at the same time. But there have been times I was burnt out on the comic. But it was just because I got bored of constantly having to lay out pages and do the line art and color and everything, and then come back and do the background, you know. It's just tedious. Anything you love can get boring if you get it down to a science. But the reason why it's taken me so damn long to make this stupid comic is because it's a long story ahead. And it takes, like, it takes years to make comics. I'm barely on page 200. I'm working on page 200. Page 196 just went live on my DeviantArt. So it's a long road to hoe. But yeah, if you're not careful, you can get burnt out on it. But I've gotten it not quite to a science, because then it would get boring. But I work on my comic 3 months at a time. And it's usually like winter to spring. Because then when July hits, I take a hiatus for Art Fight. And then I take off August and September from, like, content. Because it's just too damn hot to really work consistently on a project. And I'm really busy with chores. I live in an area that is very prone to fires. So I have to be on the lookout for that. And also, summer just sucks. And I hate summer, and I'm never in a good headspace to actually work and, you know, be friendly and personable, because I'm too busy bitching about the heat. Now, I do, like, stream at night. Like, for Art Fight, I stream nights, because it's just easier that way. But then for the fall season, I work on this other project I have going on, because it's more spooky vibes. Have you got the entire theme planned out? You're still writing it. I've got a pretty good outline. Like, I know the basics of the story and where it's heading and where it's gonna go and how it's gonna get there. But, like, the actual page by page writing, that's all still in concept. However, I do script ahead. Like, I have each, like, chunks and arcs planned out. It just takes a long time to get there. Because I want the story to feel, I don't know, lived in, I guess? I don't know the word for it. I'm imagining it being animated. Which, I'll be fucked before I try to animate this story. And because it's a webcomic, it's going to naturally be a lot longer than one of the novels. Because if this was, like, a Warrior Cats novel, we would be in, like, book 2 by now. Maybe. I don't know. But I do have an overall plan for the story. I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to finish it in my lifetime, but as long as I have it written out, someone else can maybe finish it. I know that's a morbid thought, but I'm only human. Now, I would definitely be a lot farther along if I didn't, take breaks and work on other projects, like, you know, YouTube videos and whatnot. There was a time I took a break from this comic to work on another graphic novel story that I have, Dreamwalkers, but I had to put that story on hold because I hit writer's block. Because that's the thing. I know where all of my stories are going to go. That was never... But once I get past that, you know, I have the story. It's just the exact how it's going to get there is what is the issue I have planning and whatnot. Like, the exact, pages. Like, how exactly it's gonna get there. I know the vibe. And, like, the general story. I've had the ending planned when I first conceptualized Path to Brighter Stars. I had the ending planned. Like, I knew how it was going to end. But in order for the ending that I have planned to actually be impactful, the story needs to... We need to be with the characters more. So it's gonna be more slice of life in the first bit. But when, since this is technically part 1, the first steps, once we get to part 2, that's when the actual, air quote, plot picks up, and then we can speedrun to, like, all the action and whatnot. But before that, we have to establish the characters, so when they do go through hell, it hurts. Not technically a spoiler, this is a Warrior Cats inspired comic. You know someone is going to die. That's just how it is. You like making YouTube videos? No one to make. That's a loaded question. It's not really a loaded question, but I do like making YouTube videos. I do like YouTube. It's just the editing process has always been annoying for me. And that's since I was making videos. Like, the first videos I ever made on YouTube were PNG music videos of images I stole from Google. I stole from Google with copyright music over top of it. Even that was just tedious. But, like, the planning process, I have some old videos on my Vimeo that you can probably find somewhere of where I did parody videos of Transformers animated. It was really... I enjoyed it. It was just very tedious. But it also depends on what program you're using. I was using a completely different editing program back then than I was now. And that's because Windows 7 died. I do like putting it all together, but as of recently, I've had a little bit of trouble figuring out what the hell I want to do for a video. Because I'll, like, start talking about it. Like, I'll start thinking about a topic, but I can't, like, write a full cohesive script. I just have, like, here's a hot take. And I've always had that issue. Like, I have, like, the middle and end all figured out. It's the beginning and how to get there and what connects the threads, the thoughts together that always kick me in the ass. So that kind of makes me a little discouraged when working on videos. But, you power through. It's annoying, but necessary. And you know what's really sad? The videos that I actually loved, the entire process of, like, I loved editing it, I loved scripting it, I loved voice acting for it, that was the wrong thing to do. I loved drawing for it, I loved everything about making that video. It barely got 60 views, and I'm just, god damn it. I'm so mad. It's my favorite video I've ever made. That was the randomly generated characters, and I shipped them. It's the one with the, oh, you can probably find it on my channel. I think the video is called, I randomly generated these two characters and shipped them. Or something like that. That is my favorite video I've ever made. I have a playlist that is public of all my favorite videos, and you'll notice none of them broke 100. All the videos that did break 100, like recently, my Persona video just surpassed 300 views, and I'm sitting here like, I don't have the heart to tell these people I'm not a furry YouTuber. So, all the people liking and subscribing because of that video, it's like, what do I tell these folks? But I did have fun working on it. If I had the choice to go back and fix some things, I definitely would. I'd actually talk about the full design process instead of just bitching about, like, personality quizzes, but that was part of the process. I'm currently working on another character design video. But the problem is, I got stuck on the actual design, so it's like, great, I can't work on the script because I don't know what the design looks like. Fuck. Alright, then I'll get back to it. But the thing with these videos is that that character design doesn't have to be the final design. This is just the first draft. And I think I'm gonna say that in the video. I'm gonna say that. Alright, doggo, see ya. I hope you enjoyed your time in the Rune space. I'm certainly having a blast. Oh yeah, I love character design as well. That's my favorite part, really, about... Actually, no. My favorite part, my absolute favorite part of writing stories is world building. Oh my god, I love world building so much. But the problem is, it's real... I can't think of, like, a video topic that I would have the opportunity to talk about the world building, my world building process, without getting into the specifics of any of my stories. And I don't want to get too specific into some of my stories because I haven't figured out what spoilers yet. Because I do want these to be official, you know, properties and whatnot with fandoms and merchandise. There is one thing I know. Oh, excuse me. It's just the character design process is a lot easier to talk about in videos because it's a contained event basically. With world building, it's just a bunch of random happenstances and just random bouts of inspiration that come and go. Are you looking for an editor / advisor or not yet? Man, I would love to hire an editor. I would only hire an editor if I had the funds to actually pay them. And right now I don't have that, so not yet. Even though I would love for someone else to edit my damn videos. Sort of. I don't know. I'm very particular about what the video looks like and what memes and when to put them. It's just I hate using the program that I'm using. It's just anyway. So as soon as I have the funds to pay for their services, I'll definitely consider it. But as of yet, it's just gonna be me for now. I will consider your offer though when the position is open. I want to be an editor, but no one's taken me up yet because I keep saying they don't have to pay. Well, that's the thing. We want to support each other, but at the same time, we know what actually supporting each other means. Don't get discouraged, though. An opportunity will arise as long as you're looking for it. I just want the experience to know I can do it, and that's why I'm throwing myself out there. Oh, absolutely. Because the thing with being an editor, it's really hard to, like, put together a profile that doesn't involve other people's content. Unless you just edit your own videos and say, here's my work and what I can do. Or you can make one of those those YouTube poop videos. Like, here's an episode of this show, but I edited it. Those are always pretty fun. Or if you have a friend that makes content, you're like, hey, can I have fun editing your like stream audio or something? And they're like, oh yeah, sure. I think the best way to get experience and to get started is to start with fan art or fan edits. Because people are more likely to see that than original works. Which is why my first big comic on the web is a fan comic of a property people already know. So it's like, oh, I know what this is, so that means it's gonna be like this. Because they're already looking for it. not a lot of people are looking for... I mean, they're all looking for original content, but more people are likely to see a fan work, and then once you say, here's my fan art of Transformers, and then here's my headcanons, here's my AU, and then you, like, slip your own story in under the fan art, guys, and then people are like, oh my god, I love how you portray these characters, can you write your own? And they're like, and then you can say, gotcha, bitch, here's my official other story if you're interested. And then guess what? Now you have a platform. For a streamer on YouTube, I even try to find a way to personally contact you without going on your stream or... Oh, did you, like, whisper me on Twitch or something? I'm sorry, I haven't checked. Like, I saw you followed. They, like... If you want to, like... Fuck me. If someone could edit shorts for me, that would be amazing. Like, just take clips and make little shorts about them. Just link me or something. That'd be cool. Because, God, I hate working with shorts. Oh, I hate working with shorts. So if you want to do that, like, as soon as my streams are live, you can, like, clip the audio and then make your own little thing. And just, link my channel and, like, tag me and whatnot. So then it's technically a fan edit. But, you know, it's not content theft. You know? At least I won't try to strike you. I don't know, what kind of things are you interested in editing, or is it just editing in general? This stream has become a job interview. Personally, I love fan edits. Anytime someone puts, like, edits their own clips of something. That's the... How did I forget his ears? What the f... Because I thought of making videos or, like, compilations of things like Rune streams, but it's only when she's got the ADHD, or but it's hella ADHD, or Rune space, but it's only when she says things wrong, or something like that. You know, it was just, like, silly content, but I just could not be bothered to scrape through all my old streams, gather clips, download the word, clip it, put it together, and I'm always terrible at picking what bits are actually funny on stream. I feel like that should be done by a third party. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, you know, there's nothing against doing that. Because then it's technically a fan work. And when you live stream something and it's up on the internet, it's not quite public domain, because you still should link back to the original streamer or artist. But if it's transformative enough, it's not theft. At least I don't think it is. Alright. Okay. Markings. Nose. Ear. Markings. Markings. Nose. Ears. Tufts. Fur. Ears. Tufts. Fur. There we go. I can see why working on these pages takes me like 12 years just to get a single page done. Then again, I am also chatting. But I can't tell. Do I actually work faster when I'm live streaming or when I'm not? Because when I'm not live streaming, I'm constantly searching for, like, shit to play in the background. Because hella ADHD. But at the same time, when I'm live streaming, sometimes I'll just stop and, like, clap my hands at chat to rant about something. And I'll say, here's the fucking tea. Like, earlier, I went on a full tirade about my perfect pitch for the 13th Friday the 13th movie. God, that'd be a really good clip right there. But, so, like, for my videos, not so much. If someone else wants to edit stream clips and post it on their own channel and just say, hey, here's a link to the streamer, I'm completely fine with that. Or if people want to illustrate any of the conversations we're talking about, that'd be funny. Have you seen, like, those podcast clips, but animated? Oh, I love those. Now, sometimes I do like just listening to the original podcast, the original clip, because what I imagine, I have a very vivid imagination. So I don't have trouble visualizing anything like that, but I know some people do, and they prefer seeing the animation, or, like, what people add to it. It's pretty funny. Like, all the sound effects, and the editing, like, what's his name? Nico Knockout? Or Knockout Nico? I think it's Knockout Nico. He does a lot of the animated clips for the Clueless podcast. And those are amazing. They're really funny, but also because the Clueless podcast, they're just hilarious. I love those guys so much. People were like screaming at them to start their own podcast for years. Ever since they started doing, I think ever since they first made videos together, people were like, podcast when? They're like, no, we're not gonna do it. And then turns out they had it in the makings for like 2 years. But they were just telling people it wasn't gonna happen. And then they dropped it. Boom! And it was amazing. I love those guys. They're so funny. New episode will be dropping today. I almost forgot. It's Clueless Tuesday! As soon as I finish stream here, I'm gonna go to the greenhouse to check my work, check on the plants. But then I'm gonna come back and listen to the Clueless podcast. Because I love those idiots. Affectionately. Okay, that's her head is there. Is that her shoulder? So technically this would be hidden behind that. Haha. And then, hey stomach, can you chill? Jeez. Alright. And then we do that. Because her arms are pointed out. Because she's loafing. There we go. And then in the back, there'd be this little bit. And then that little bit. It would also connect like that. And then this little bitty. Yeah. Yeah. Like that. There we go. It's tricky. It's tricky, tricky, tricky. I really hope Code heard that. And didn't just dip when I said no. I get it, you know, you're looking for work, you got no time for small talk. One of the biggest hurdles, and I don't mind saying this on stream because I think I've said it before. One of the biggest hurdles I had when I was first starting out in like YouTube and editing is the reason why the editing process was so painful for me was because I don't know if they have a word for this kind of condition, but if they do, if they do, I had it. And it was where I could not stand the sound of my voice being recorded. I still kind of can't. I don't like the way my voice sounds when it's recorded because that's just not what I'm hearing when I'm talking, and it drives me up a fucking wall. I've gotten over it mostly by now. Mostly. But it's not as big of a deterrent as it was. Like back in the day, just hearing my own voice playing back was enough to make me want to quit. Because I just couldn't stand it anymore. I just couldn't take it. I still don't really like it all that much because I think my voice sounds very nasally and bleh, and grating and whatnot. But I've heard some people say my voice sounds cute and it's soothing to them, and I don't know, y'all are crazy. I'm gonna take... I'm actually good. No, I'm gonna grab my water bottle. Because I can feel my throat starting to hurt a little bit. Especially since people in the house have been getting sick. But then again, with the voice thing, I think everyone feels that. Some, like, self-conscious about the reality of their identity. I mean, the reality of themselves rather than their, like, identity, I guess, or what they wish to be. Like, I used to think I was, I also used to think I was very ugly. Because I used to think I was ugly because I didn't look like Joan Jett. One of the most beautiful women ever. And I also used to hate my voice. Like, really hate my voice because I didn't sound like Rebecca Soychet. But I'm not Rebecca Soychet, and I'm not Joan Jett. I'm Rune Space. And the only way to sound like Rebecca is if I start voice acting for 20 years, and that just kills my vocal cords. Same with Miss Joan. But you get over it. I mean, I don't want to lie to you guys, but I am trying to start a rebellion of hope. It can only get better if you actually work at it. It's not just if you want it to be. Goodness. My stomach's trying to contact the mothership. What is going on? Did I eat too fast? What's going on here? That's the wrong layer. There we go. Markings, stars. We can't see a second one. Ears. Markings. Oh, excuse me. Strawberries. Okay. Ears. The chest. The paws. Ears, eyes, face, chest, shoulders, sides. Okay. Shaboom, shaboom. There we go. Character flats are done! Oh my god! Been streaming for almost 2.5 hours. Poggers. What do I want to do? Do I want to continue doing the flats? Because I do have one other page of line art. Yeah, I'll do that. Just so it's done. Backgrounds of those shouldn't take too long. That one, I'm gonna keep that page a secret. So I'm gonna save this and then close, and then once I do the flats for this one, if we're doing good on time, then we can go back and do the backgrounds. Oh, I need to do their eyes. For the other pages we did. Man, did I stream last week at all? Yeah, I did. Man. It is spring, so, and everyone, I don't know, a lot of people just get sick in spring. So that's not very cash money of y'all. You wanna throw it all away, and you've had it, don't surrender. Don't give up when you know it's right, and When you're feeling all alone, just remember, don't surrender. Oop. There we go. That's better. This is usually the part of the show where I almost go completely nonverbal. I'm going... Okay, yeah, I'm gonna put Hotstar and Twig on the same layer, and then Short Tail and Brindle. He's Twig's a good boy. He's the goodest boy. He's my sad boy. You know, since no one's here, I don't mind sharing a spoiler. Because not only is my comic, The Path to Brighter Stars, inspired and kind of based on... it is based on the Warrior Cats book series, but it is mostly inspired by Watership Down. So, if you know Watership Down, you know what's coming in this story. More or less. I don't completely rip Watership Down, okay? I have more class than that. But if you know, you know. That's the dealio. Uh-oh. My throat is actually starting to hurt. Oh no. I might be getting sick. Which is funny because I actually feel better than I did this morning. This morning, oh my god, I felt so stuffy and snotty, but I think that's because I was late to taking my Allertech. But I really hope I don't come down with something, because then it'll be like 2 weeks of everyone in the house just being sick, and no one wants that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the backgrounds on this page. I never planned that far. What I think I might do abstract backgrounds with a color gradient on top. So I've done that before. These are high emotion shots and whatnot. I was just trying to get the dialogue to fit in. Which is one big struggle that I've had to face. Doing comics. I forgot that the dialogue needs a place to be. Maybe to sing the blues in the night. Oh, she's done. Shoop. If you know, you know. I think the only way I could make the Watership Down references more obvious is if I have them start quoting the book or the movie. I mean, there's already time. I already did that once, but it was a very important page, so I allowed it. English is my first language. That was another compilation where I was like, Rune, but she forgets English. Don't think we... No, we didn't. We wouldn't. There we go. Not the bucket-filled tool. Oh, Hawk came in. I think Hawk is in. Yeah, she came in my window. Sorry, I'm yelling at the cats. Do we see? No, I don't think we do. Okay, good. The stream is still. I've had that happen to me before, where I've had a stream crash on me, and I didn't even know because Prism didn't think to notify me that YouTube crashed. Excuse me. So I went on for like a good extra 30 minutes just yammering away about trees and whatnot. And then I realized the stream had crashed. I actually did make that a video because I thought it was so unfair and so stupid. So that, you know what? YouTube deserves to know. The other thing I should have done is actually added the clip of what I was talking about instead of just the picture. But I really didn't want Disney to come at me because I was talking about an old Disney movie. So I really didn't want the risk of copyright, because then they would have come for my ass. I don't know, it was when I was talking about Dinosaur. So I don't think they would have. They want people to forget they made a good dinosaur movie before they took a shit on Jurassic Park. That wasn't even Disney, that was Universal. Didn't it become Disney? Once it became Jurassic World, didn't Disney buy it? Or was that all Universal? For some reason, my mind is saying Disney. I could be wrong. I only watched the first Jurassic World. I didn't even bother with the other two. Because holy shit, that just looked terrible. And I'm not gonna bother with this new one coming out. I'm just not. It looks bad. And they should feel bad. Like the Spinosaurs are helping the Mosasaurs. Like, fuck off. Eyes? I forgot about his eyes. How? How could I... Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Pray tell, my child. I almost forgot to draw my main diva character's eyeliner. There's only so much forgiveness that God can give. I know. God's... Woo! God's love is not unconditional, child. I know, Father. I'm not even Catholic. Why am I at communion? Not communion. What's that called? Confession. I don't know, man. I'm not Catholic. Yeah, we're just gonna, yeah. Yeah, actually, hold up. Oh my god, alright. I mean, there's only so long I can work on a thing before I get, like, because it's getting boring or just repetitive. So I love working on comics, don't get it twisted. I love working on this story, and I'm not gonna quit for any reason because the story I have planned is gonna fucking slap. However, it's just, forgive me if I take 10 years to do it, because we're gonna be here for a long time, kids. It's so funny. I bitch about it just being me and being a one-man show, but then when the second anyone offers to help, I'm like, oh no, I got it. I think it's because I'm a bit of a control freak. But I'm not sure. I'm a raging perfectionist. But also not, in a way. I'm not the kind of person to just pass off a project that I put my heart and soul into to represent myself, and then I pass it off to another person and trusting that they see the vision and oh my god, and whatnot. Which is why I hated school projects. I preferred doing them by myself because I knew what the fuck I was talking about. I couldn't, like, when I was in charge of making the slides for a school project, I guess no one else went through the rigorous training I went through at a different school because I transferred high schools. That for a presentation, you never put full sentences on your slides. You put just enough notes to get your point across, and then you carry it with the fake script, or like with the information. Like, you memorize the information. The slide is just a visual aid. So you'll have like a picture and a caption, and then you carry it. So when I made the slides for a project, they're like, there's nothing here. Like, yeah, well, you just know the information, right? You studied it. It's like, yeah, but can you put more on the slide? It's like, we need more on the slide. So when we did the presentation, they're like, they just read the slide and then looked at me like, next? I was like, okay. But then again, that whole thing could have been fixed if we had just communicated with each other more instead of just, hey, can you do that? Because I just cannot be bothered. Would have been a lot better. And I am out of coffee. And we bust out the monster. Do I, or do I not? Wow, we did page 205, 206, and 208. Not showing 207 because that's going to be one that I work on off stream solely. Because it's going to be a lot of how do I want this to look. I've been streaming for what? Almost 3 hours now. Why my throat's starting to hurt. I should probably end it there. But I'm going to bring up my previous pages just so we can look at all the work we got done. Look at that. 3 whole backgrounds. I mean, 3, not backgrounds. 3 whole character flats. Look at that. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, I need to move that. Whoop. What layer is that on? This layer. Alright, I need to move that because I didn't realize her dialogue was the same color. Ah! Alright, now that's better. I didn't realize how similar her eye color is. Very similar to Snowblaze's fur color. Whoops. There we go. Save. And before anyone joins and guilting me into working on a little bit more, we're going to end stream there. Oh my god, it was the last time we did that, man. I was, like, streaming, and then I'm like, alright guys, I'm gonna end stream right here. And then Vita showed up. I was like, God! Why would you do that to me? Anyway. Thank you all so much for watching. We had some new faces in the chat tonight. Always exciting. We had a very good rant. Very good conversations. Hope you were enlightened. My throat is actually really Here's the thing. It's not scratchy. And it doesn't feel gunky. It just hurts. So this is probably just a talking thing. Because I like hardly talked all weekend. Like at volume. And at length. So that's probably just a voice thing. Anyway. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't know if there's going to be a video this week. Because it is a bigger, like, a whole character design video thing. It might just be next week. And then I'll do that. Like, there'll be some weeks where it's like a video every week if they're a little shorter. But if they're more of like a project, then they're going to be every other week. Because YouTube is not my focus right now. It's just a platform for me. My actual focus is my stories, which are held on DeviantArt and Toy House. So, if you want to check those out and constantly stay up to date on everything that I am working on, get a life. No. My links, my social media links are in the description. If you want to help me continue on my journey, I do have a Ko-fi linked. The first page to this comic is linked in the description. I finally did it, folks. I finally linked the goddamn comic in the description. You might have to copy paste it into your thing because I don't know how to hyperlink in YouTube description. Anyway. Damn, bro. Got the whole squad laughing. Stream this Thursday, and it may or may not be something special, because this Thursday will be the 5-year anniversary of streaming on YouTube. For me streaming on YouTube, and it'll be the 1st of Mermay. I don't know if we're going to be doing Mermay this year. Last year, my sister and I did a whole like Monster Mash thing, which was awesome, by the way. I loved how every bit of that turned out. No one watched that video. But I don't know. This year, it's not that we're busy. It's just that we just forgot about mermaid because we don't like mermaids. Anyway, stay tuned as always, and we will meet again among the stars. Space out. Where's my mouse? There it is. I just saw someone pop in the view, because I have the view count here. I just saw someone pop in. Hi, bye. Sorry. My throat hurts. I'm gonna eat a ginger snap. I should probably make some ginger tea. I'll do that. But I want a monster. So what do I do?